Today, we're gonna open up my fish from Peru. Don't go anywhere. What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How y'all doing out there in fish tank land? Today, we're gonna go ahead and open up my box from Peru. Now, Dean Tweedale up there in Washington State has gone ahead and quarantined these fish for a while and been keeping them and taking care of them up there. He just sent me the box. It arrived here in exactly 2 days. In like a few hours, so it's pretty awesome. I'm really excited. I've been sitting in the post office waiting for this box to walk through the door. So I just walked into my house with it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this box on the floor, change the angle, and we're gonna get into this box. Now I really don't think we're gonna have much of a problem with these fish. The shipping time was pretty awesome. 2 days and some hours is pretty awesome for me living here in the Caribbean. So I'm gonna try to be gentle with it, with this blade. I'll go ahead and get this guy open. Now I should have 4 different species of fishes in here. I have the, a nice little letter from him. Please let him know what's up. They already took a picture of the box. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of all the fish for Dean, let him know. I appreciate that. Really awesome packing, by the way, even so far, just to have it in a nice little foam cooler like this. It's the way it should be. Bam, there we go. Everybody looks like they're moving still. Okay, he's got everything double bagged here. Give it a little pop. Dean was teaching me his rubber band technique when we were in Peru. So I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Let's see. Things smell a little fishy, but they're looking good. We have the Apistogrammas in here. Everybody's alive. They're looking good. We'll get these into a tank so you guys can check these out. These are just the Apistogrammas right here. Sit them aside in the box for a minute. And then we have the bumblebee cats. They're darting around. Looks like it's just ended up being the 2 of them. They got a lot of energy. They're looking good. And then we have here, these are the black belt Tetras. Those are looking good. Everybody's alive. And we have one of my favorites right here. We had the CW109s. The CW109s, the Corydoras. They have a nice speckled body with 3 bands on their tails. They're looking really good. Once again, everybody is alive and looking pretty energetic. A little pale, but pretty energetic. Really nice. So, go ahead and get these guys at least floating in a tank for a minute. I want to go ahead and get these guys acclimated a little bit because my water parameters are a little bit different. I do have my RODI system set up, so I have been trying to get these tanks down to about 130 parts per million, so that try to replicate what Dean has got going on over there in his home. My house is totally a wreck right now. I stayed home from work today. I've been working on creating a lot of water with my new RODI system, just getting all that sorted out. So my house is a wreck. I got stuff everywhere. Trying not to trip over things right now. So trying to keep the camera on me and not the rest of my dirty house. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in here for a minute and let them temperature acclimate for a little while. And then I will slowly condition them to this water parameters that I have. I'm actually gonna probably do a water change, just another water change before they go into these tanks, just to reduce the TDS down to about 130. Right now these tanks have about 250. So I have some water here that's about 11 parts per million. Do some water changes with that, and that should definitely cut that TDS in half. So I'm gonna go ahead and deal with these fish, and then we'll come back here in a minute and I'm gonna show you guys the fish in the tank. So it's actually a few days later. I wanted to go ahead and let these fish have a chance to relax and get used to their environments and acclimate. I went ahead and let the lights off for about a day and a half. They've got some food in them now. They've colored up. They're enjoying their environment. They're a lot more relaxed. So let me go ahead and take you guys around and let you check out these fish now that I got from Peru. First on my list are the Corydoras. These are CW109s. I went ahead and put them into my 55-gallon aquarium with my angelfish. It makes a perfect tank for them. This tank has pretty much gone to full black water. So I have the 2 angelfish. I have 8 CW109 Corydoras in here from Peru, as well as 2 bumblebee catfish. Now, obviously, the bumblebee catfish are nowhere to be found. Occasionally, they come out in the evening when I put a little spirulina pellet or something in there for them that they enjoy. But I really can't get them on film right now. They're happy hiding out underneath a piece of driftwood, buried underneath all of this leaf litter. So as you can see, these CW109s, they're doing pretty good. They really enjoy this environment. They've got lots of leaf litter to hide out and hang out in. If the angelfish do get a little aggressive when they're spawning, which the male angelfish tends to do sometimes, they definitely have a place to go for refuge and hide out in the West Indian almond leaves. Like I said before, we also have the 2 bumblebee catfish. They're totally hidden. They might come out later this evening. If I can get them on camera, you'll see a piece of that. But I definitely have to say, I really do love these Corydoras. I really appreciate Dean Tweedell for sending these to me. They just make a nice little school. They all hang out together. They travel around the tank together in a group. And it's really nice to watch them do their thing. So next on my list are the Apistogramma cockatoides. They're doing really good. I think there's about 8 of those as well. I forgot the exact count. They were a little skittish at first. They really hid out in the back of this tank for a little while, but they very, very quickly relaxed. They've kind of created their own little spaces already. They definitely colored up. They've got their bands back, and they got the blue is starting to show up on their gill plate. Now, from what I know of the cockatoides, they tend to have more of a yellowish color on the gill plate. These Apistogrammas have a little bit more of a blue striping on their gill plate. So we don't know for sure if this is a new species or not, or just a variation of the Apistogramma cockatoide. Not sure, still trying to figure that out. Talking to Dean about that, trying to see what's going on with that, and also with Ian Fuller over in the UK. These Apistos are really getting comfortable in this aquarium. They've definitely found their own little spaces throughout this tank, and they're actually growing on me as well. I really have been reluctant to keep cichlids due to their aggressive nature, but these dwarf cichlids, these Apistogrammas, are pretty sweet, and they really don't get too aggressive or too big for that matter. So we'll see how they do. We'll see how they make out in this aquarium, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. And the last ones to show you are these black bar tetra, or the black neon tetras. They were probably the most skittish of all of the fish that I had come in. They hid out in the back for a long time behind this flame moss. I really had to wait about a whole week here before they would start to come out and move around the tank for me, so I could even get a picture of them. As soon as I got close to the tank, they immediately ran and hid in the back. When it comes to looks, they're probably my favorite out of all of the fish that I received from Peru. That really strong black bar with that iridescent gold line across the top of that the lateral line of the fish is just really incredible. And when you put them in a nice school and they're moving across the tank together, it's really stunning. They're definitely a good addition to a aquascape tank, and definitely a nice nano fish. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on these guys and make sure that they're happy and healthy, and I really look forward to breeding them in the future. Well, I'm really happy to have these fish. I have to say thank you to Dean for taking the time to send me some of these fish. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody over at Go Wild Peru. Really enjoyed that time in Peru. It was an awesome, life-changing experience. And I'll keep you guys posted on everything that happens with these guys. I'm going to go through a process of medicating them with about 4 different medications. I'll be making a series here very shortly on all the different medications that I like to use when quarantining fish and caring for fish that possibly are sick. So keep an eye out for that. But I want to thank you so much for taking time to watch this content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to this content and you like it, you want to see more, but go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below. And remember guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.